and welcome back to Film School Rejects. I'm your co-host, Skye Winston, joined with...
I am Steve.
You're not Steve, and I'm not Alex. Okay? And as you would guess, if you've seen all the videos and, if you don't live under a rock, we are going to be covering Minecraft today. This is obviously a beloved game by me and Billy. However, it is also a disheartening part of my job as I work in a cinema, and this has been horrendous for me to work through. But yes, we're going to be discussing both the Minecraft film in a review setting. We haven't really done this before. We normally do quite big franchises and then we go into one another. And also, as well, the lack of cinema etiquette, which you may have seen. I remember when Minions came out, it was a discussion, but I don't think it was as bad as Minecraft has been.
Minions, there were saints in Minions compared to what's been happening in
Minecraft. They just dressed up in suits, okay? I would pick that over again than throwing popcorn in the air. Okay, so let's start. Did you like the film, Billy?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around the film, to be honest. It's an experience. I think that's the best way to describe a Minecraft movie. I think it was made with a lot of love for the game, that's for sure. But here's the thing. It's not a good movie, right? But it's a very entertaining one, and one that I want to go see again. Yeah, it's in terms of writing, there's a lot left to be desired, but I really enjoyed myself.
I also think it is a Minecraft film, and that's what I think we're both at. I think it's not like the greatest film ever, but it was 10 times better than I could ever imagine. I went into that cinema with no hopes. I saw the trailers and I saw Jack Black and I was thinking, oh my goodness, this is going to be the worst 2 hours of my life. But I'm doing it to say that I've watched it and I can understand what people are on about. I come out and I think, one, that film went really quick. Two, you know what, I had a good time. It wasn't like a deep film, philosophical at all. It wasn't like anything. It was to do with Minecraft. It wasn't like a deep part of Minecraft. So I was like, yeah, I had fun. It was good. Do I think sometimes the songs were too much and maybe it wasn't for my entertainment at that point? Yes. However, did I enjoy the mentions as a person that grew up watching Minecraft YouTubers? Oh, I loved it. Also, I'm not really sure what else they could have done, to be honest, with a Minecraft film.
Yeah, this is this is a film that's been in development for so long. Like, literally, I don't even think we started secondary school when they started talking about this movie. Like, there have been a bunch of different directors attached to it. Sean Levy did the Night in the Museum movies. He later went on to do Free Guy and Deadpool Wolverine. He was going to do a version of this movie that kind of fell apart. And there have just been so many different filmmakers attached. And they landed on the guy who directed Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. And kind of when they announced him, I was just like, oh, him for Minecraft. That's interesting. I never would have put those two things together. But, I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this as a compliment. This movie is a shitpost. This movie is 90 minutes of brain rot. It is the brain rotification era of cinema started.
And it's beautiful.
I wouldn't want it any other way.
I wouldn't want it any other way. Actually, I say more brain rot.
Yeah.
More YouTubers in it.
Well, that's what's going to happen with the sequel. They're just going to double down on the brain rot.
They should. I think it was the best part. Okay, let's start off with the movie. Okay, if you haven't seen the trailers or anything, it's essentially Steve wants to be... It is Steve, isn't he? Yeah. He wants to be a miner when he's a kid. He's not allowed in. And then he finds this world called Minecraft when he's older, and he can be in the mine now. But it's like this cube, and then like a crystal orb or something? I can't remember.
I don't even remember.
It's a rectangle. Inside the rectangle is really all I need to say. Anyway, he goes into Minecraft. He realizes he can build like all of us did when we were kids, and I think it's a good way to start a story. You know, I think most people do start off with creative the very first time, and then they lean into survival, and then they go, oh my goodness, I can make this and this and this. He then goes to, ready? The Nether. Oh my goodness, if like me, you played Minecraft, you hated the Nether.
Yeah.
As soon as any of my friends said, let's go to the Nether, I knew I was losing everything.
I knew I was in trouble.
No amount of iron armor, no amount of diamond swords, nothing could prepare me for the fact that one, I can fall in lava when in an instant. There'd be pigmen that will attack. If you attack them, you're done. And you didn't know that the first time you played. You didn't know that. Or there's ghast just throwing things at you left, right, and centre. Anyway, this is the new Nether, not our Nether he enters. So it is pigmen, the fancy ones. You know, you're supposed to wear gold boots. Steve does not have gold boots on. But there's like this evil like main villain that just wants gold. Obviously, it's a pigman. But more importantly, they want to overtake the overworld, so then it could be the new Nether. And that's kind of how it is. And there's a wolf that is his like tamed wolf, and the wolf takes the orb all the way from the to the Nether, to the overworld, and then to our world. And then I don't know what the timeline is, like a million, it's probably like 10 years later or something. I don't think it's that long. It's under the bed, goes to a storage unit, and then we get introduced to our main characters, which is a 18-year-old girl whose mother has just passed away, and her brother, who is wants to be a rocket ship scientist, and they find the orb. Dun dun dun! And that's all I say. Anyway, there are some like key moments that are very nostalgic for Minecrafters. There is the chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey.
Which was a big thing on TikTok as well. And then the villagers, I think the highlight. Yeah. So there's this subplot, and it was the best part of the entire film. And I will put my hand down on it. The best part was the subplot where, what's her name?
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes, from Legally Blonde, as you may remember. She falls in love with a villager because he's just such a good listener. And I thought, yes, you know what? I see that. So I think that was like a credit scene with her and him later. That was the best part of the film.
The thing is, it had absolutely no relevance to the plot, but every time it got back to it, I was just like, I want more of this.
Yes, no, it was the best part. It was a good breather. It was kind of showing how stupid and silly the film was. Yeah. So that's why I liked it. It was poking fun of itself in that aspect.
I think that's probably the best thing this movie does, is that it never takes itself too seriously. Like, it knows what it is.
Yeah, no, especially after that whole, chicken lava shop thing. You know it's not a serious film. And I think that's good that they didn't go into like Uncharted was kind of a bit too serious as a game film. The main characters are this man called the Garbage Man, who is a retired game player. He's kind of the best part. Also very homoerotic.
There are some undertones between him and Steve in this movie.
Undertones, overtones, every kind of tone. Which means, you know, who needs Alex when you have Garbage Man? You then had the kid, which is the rocket scientist, who he was a bit too creative for this world, but when he could go to the overworld in Minecraft, he finally could be creative, and then that meant he made up some weird weapons. He had this like horn that shoots out, was it like potato tops or something? And then what was the sister called? Anyway, her role was like to look after him, and then they had like a landlord who was also in this world with them, which was a very whimsical part of it. But yeah, those were the main characters, and then we had to get to the Woodland Mansion to get the orb. I love the first day when they're like, oh my goodness, it's like night already, how did that happen? And I was like, yeah, that's so Minecraft cool.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I actually kind of, like, I've seen a lot of people kind of shit on, like, I mean, there are human characters throughout this whole movie, but, like, their specific subplots, I've seen a lot of people say, like, I don't like that, I just wanted the Minecraft stuff. I actually thought it was, like, some of it was quite sweet, like the brother and sister relationship. I thought it kind of gave the film a bit of heart that it wouldn't have had without it.
I liked it. I think, it also like Minecraft is like a game that children have. It is like a form of escapism and creativity, even if it's a video game. So I think it still has those like kind of elements. Okay, in like a director cinematography way, Billy, what did you think?
I mean, I will say when the first like teaser trailer came out, like not really many people liked that trailer. One of my big things was, oh my god, this green screen is horrendous. Like it none of it looked fit well. Obviously, it's not real, but none of it felt real. But I will say, maybe it's because I've seen the trailer so many times, so it's kind of like Stockholm syndrome. So I don't even notice it anymore. But I wasn't really that bothered by the green screen. I just I don't know if it was well integrated in the actual movie, or again, if I'm just so because I've seen that trailer, whether it's in front of movies, in trailer reactions, just everywhere. So maybe the green screen I just got used to, but like, I will say that this because it's from the director of Napoleon Dynamite that didn't know how much because Napoleon Dynamite is a very stylized film. That is a film you can tell it's indie and it's like a very singular vision kind of movie. So I was very curious as to how much this would feel like it was from the director of Napoleon Dynamite. And you know what? I've got to say that a lot of the time this can just feel like a $150 million version of Napoleon Dynamite in terms of its style. Because this movie's fucking weird. And so's Napoleon Dynamite. But there are elements where you could tell Jared Hess was kind of leaning back a bit, kind of. But I reckon if he directs the sequel, he is going to go in hard. The sequel is going to be even more insane.
You think there's gonna be a sequel?
This movie's going to make $1 billion. Yes, there's going to be a sequel.
I don't think there needs to be a sequel though. It's like the whole Batman thing. There doesn't need to be a sequel.
Yes, but Skye, $1 billion.
Oh, I know. We live in a capitalist consumer society. Yada yada yada.
I mean,
George
look,
Orwell.
we can all sit back and go, "Oh, why are they doing a sequel to that?" But realistically, if you were like an executive at Warner Brothers and your Minecraft movie makes $1 billion, you're stupid if you don't greenlight a sequel to that.
No, I make a Fortnite film.
Oh, well, they're gonna do that, obviously.
I
Like,
go,
that's.
here is the market. Let's go for it. If I'm Disney, I then make a whole entire TV show and ruin every single character.
I reckon two things are now imminent with the success of this. A, we're going to get a Minecraft sequel, but as you said, I've been thinking this ever since this started making money. We're going to get a Fortnite movie sooner or later. Like that is absolutely on the horizon. But
Okay.
I actually reckon Fortnite could lend itself to a pretty good movie if they do it well. I'll tell you one thing I'm slightly disappointed they didn't do. I was really hoping they'd put one of the Minecraft parodies in there somewhere.
Yeah. They were like really good. What was his name? Like Diamond Sparkles.
Yeah, something
Came
like
out
that.
with some bangers and they
Yeah.
weren't in it. Like I feel like this might be the issue, is they definitely made it not for our generation of Minecraft people.
I will say the Technoblade tribute. That was very sweet.
That was very sweet. I did go see the film with someone who like has watched Minecraft but is not that deep into it. And when that happened, I was like I was like kind of already pre-told that something like that was gonna happen. But when I saw it, I thought it was very sweet. It was nice. I think it wasn't like dragged on. It was just like a little nod, and
Yes.
like that's good for the people that will get it. Will get it. The people who don't, they're just gonna think it's a pig with a crown on, and that's, you know what, that's okay. Going back to what you said about the green screen, I didn't expect anything less. I mean, it's not a real world. You know, it
But
is
also,
a block world.
I mean, I will say though, if you do watch behind the scenes footage of this movie, they did more practical than it looks. Like they like actually built the trees. Like that, there's a lot of practical in this movie. It just looks like really bad CGI.
I think it looks fine. I think it doesn't have to look like a Marvel movie. It's not the same. It's not the same expectations, but that's also with the writing. I didn't expect to be like get ready to like type the quote on Pinterest. Like it's a Minecraft film. It was good for what it is.
Yeah.
Would I rewatch it? No. Would I watch it if there's a second one? Yeah, I probably would. But that's about it.
Do you think this movie would have been better animated?
Do you mean like in a sense? I'm trying to think. Because Barbie does it in like a directorial style that you can tell the difference between Barbie Land and Real Land. I can't remember. Is it? Oh,
no, just like an entire movie set in Minecraft.
Like, yeah, but I'm thinking, what is there's like a film. Oh, I can't remember what it's called, but they start off in the real world and then they go into Minecraft. If that's what you mean?
What, like, are you thinking like they switch from live action to animation?
Yeah, it's like more, I feel like it's called something, it has like something Chronicle in the title. I think it's a series of books, but they only made it into one film or something. I'm gonna text it later, and I know it's gonna really bug me for the rest of this.
I will say an example where they've done live action to animation is Jake and the Giant Peach. That's the main one that comes to my mind.
And I think they should have done it. If you wanted to do animation, I think it should be done that way. I don't think it should be a fully animated movie. And also, I think it gives more humanity to it when you have humans in the world.
Yeah.
But it also makes it a bit whimsical and weird.
Yeah.
So like these two things don't look alike.
But like, again, I couldn't imagine this movie not being weird.
Yeah.
I think just the whole brain rot element of it just works in its favour. And I don't think this movie would be as popular without... This movie is literally a meme. This is a 90-minute meme. And I don't think this movie would be anywhere near as popular without that element of it.
Yeah, so what was your favourite brain rot moment?
I'll tell you my favourite brain rot moment. Steve's lava chicken. That is a banger. I keep finding myself singing Steve's lava chicken.
No, Billy, I can't believe you said that to me. Go on, react it for us. React it then.
We're waiting. I'm not singing Steve's lava chicken.
You just said it. React it for us. I'll
tell you what. If this video gets 5 likes on YouTube, in the next episode, I will sing Steve's lava chicken.
Yeah. I'm gonna get on every single one of my burner accounts and like it.
That doesn't count.
It does. You won't know.
We need 5 individual people to like it.
Okay. Yeah, I can like it 5 times. Don't you worry. My favourite brainwhat part. I loved the boxing part in the Woodland Mansion.
Oh yeah.
It was so stupid.
And
there was no point in it. And I'm gonna be honest, right? Hands down, baby zombies are the worst thing I've ever invented. Do you know how many times I rage quit over a baby zombie killing me, right? Because what's the point of going back? I go to my spawn point and I know that my death point is all the way over there. But you know what else is over there? A baby zombie. That's it. I quit. I don't care how many diamonds I have. It's not worth it. I have like 49 levels. Who cares? I'm going to abandon my beautiful mansion and everything and just quit. Because, you know what? The baby zombie can have all of it.
What was your feeling when the baby zombie came on screen?
I thought, this is the end for Garbage Man. Okay, so, cinema etiquette. I have seen everywhere on the internet and TikTok and newspapers. I think it was, I'm not disclosing where I work, but I know Cineworld had an announcement about antisocial behaviour.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, well, actually, Cineworld have announced a special screening called Chicken Jockey Screenings in 40X, where they encourage that they specifically said none of the throwing, none of the like really bad antisocial behaviour, but they're encouraging like the shouting out quotes, the clapping, the jeering.
I think it's a good idea. Do I think they're going to go to that? No.
And I think in general it will just encourage that behaviour in just regular screenings as well.
I think we have to remember cinemas are public places. Mm-hmm. Most screens hold about 238 seats, some even more, like 300, especially if it's IMAX. You are surrounded by other people, and also this is a PG film. There will be 4-year-olds there. There will also be like 40-year-olds. That's fine. But you are also placing your behavior on 4-year-olds, and I feel like etiquette is something we lost during COVID with concerts as well. But it's a cinema. There are people work there. Pick up your stuff and maybe don't scream off your top of your head. Like, yes, Minecraft is cool. I get that.
I think it's a balance, to be honest, because yes, like absolutely, you're in a public place. You need to respect that other people have, made time. They've spent money. But at the same time, the cinema going experience is a universal thing where kind of a big part of it is that you're watching something and experiencing something with other people. But I think what we like, for example, I don't mind kind of the clapping and the saying the quotes and the cheering, but where it has kind of overstepped a mark is kind of the throwing popcorn, the throwing drinks,
yes,
and also just the talking in between all those moments as well.
I think a good comparison is I think most people remember watching Avengers Endgame, right? Everyone made a massive cheering noise when Captain America picks up the hammer and they go, ooh, or when in Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield pops out, right? Yeah, you can clap and yell at those moments because everyone in cinema is going to do that. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying that, like, throwing stuff, it's unneeded. The cinema is a good place to experience film, and you will never have a viewing like a cinema experience because it's on a massive screen.
And here's the thing. If it's pleased the target audience, who gives a shit? Honestly, they did not make this movie for critics. But if they have pleased the people who were excited about this, that's all that matters.
Have you looked at anything that critics said?
Yeah, the critic reviews were better than I thought they were going to be.
Let's go Rotten Tomatoes. It's pretty unremarkable. A YouTuber said it's overproduced to the point of becoming repetitive and redundant. But I think that's like brain rot culture, though.
Yes.
Being repetitive. Like the whole chicken jockey thing is funny because it's now memes and reels, and that makes it funny.
Like if that hadn't been a meme, I don't think I'd have laughed at that moment.
Yes, I do think that. I thought it was like embarrassing. I didn't like it. I did not like it. Ready? Do you want? Let's be villagers. Oh. 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 See, what a good listener. That was the best part of the film. Anyway, I am free. Contact my agent. I will be a great Minecraft villager. And I say representation matters. Where's the female villagers? And I think you'd be a great chicken jockey, Billy.
Did I see you?
I think this episode is about as brain rotty as the film. Yeah, that's it from me.
Thank you for watching this episode. You can find us on Spotify, on YouTube, and on TikTok. I've been Billy Howells.
I've been Skye Wilson.
Thank you for watching / listening.
Thank you. Bye bye.